On the busy streets of New York City, people have grown used to the sight of Hannah. To most, she's a girl who lives in a dumpster. Passers-by shake their heads, whisper, or even laugh as they hurry past her small corner of the street. At first glance, it looks like the saddest thing imaginable. Someone reduced to calling a dumpster home. What they don't know is the incredible story behind it. Hannah didn't always live this way. She grew up in a family that never really stayed in one place. Her parents struggled with addiction, which often left Hannah and her younger brother hungry, cold, and constantly on the move. Sometimes they'd crash at a friend's apartment, other times at shelters, and sometimes in their old, beat-up car. Stability was something Hannah never knew. By the time she was a teenager, her family had completely fallen apart. Her parents could no longer take care of her, and she had no one else to turn to. When most kids her age were worrying about school dances or college applications, Hannah was worrying about her next meal. She worked odd jobs, cleaning offices, waitressing, and even handing out flyers on the streets. But no matter how hard she tried, the rent in New York City was far beyond her reach. Each paycheck barely covered food and clothes, let alone an apartment. At first, she hopped from couch to couch, staying with people she barely knew. Eventually, those doors closed, too. Most people would have given up, but Hannah wasn't like most people. She refused to let life crush her. Instead, she made a decision that shocked everyone. Using what little savings she had, she bought an old dumpster. That's right. While others laughed at the idea, Hannah saw potential. She placed it on a quiet side street, away from the busiest crowds, and began to turn it into something no one expected: a home. At first, people mocked her. "Look at that girl," they'd say, chuckling as they passed. Some even snapped photos, turning her struggle into a joke for social media. But Hannah didn't let the ridicule break her spirit. She kept working, saving, and slowly transforming her dumpster into a livable, even cozy space. She lined the walls with insulation to keep out the cold. She found scraps of wood and fabric, creating a tiny bed that fit perfectly against the side. She saved up for a small stove and made a safe space to cook. She even went a step further and placed a fire extinguisher outside, because, unlike what people assumed, Hannah cared about safety. Finishing touch was a small air conditioning unit she managed to rig up, making her home comfortable even in the sweltering New York summers. One day, a group of curious neighbors finally peeked inside. Instead of filth and trash, they were stunned. The interior looked nothing like a dumpster. It looked like a small studio apartment. Neat shelves held books and a few dishes. A blanket folded across the bed gave the place a sense of warmth. Stove and tiny fridge made it clear Hannah wasn't just surviving, she was living. Word spread quickly, and soon people began to see her differently. The same strangers who once laughed started to admire her resourcefulness. While others drowned in rent and bills, Hannah had carved out freedom in the most unlikely of places. Was it unconventional? Absolutely. But Hannah was proof that dignity and comfort don't always come from money or big apartments. They come from creativity, resilience, and determination. She often tells people, it's not about what you live in, but how you live. And when you step inside Hannah's dumpster home, you realize she's right. It may be small, it may be unusual, but inside that little green box on the street lives something most people chase their whole lives: contentment. So, next time you see someone living differently, remember Hannah's story. What looks like tragedy on the outside might just be someone's greatest victory on the inside. If Hannah's story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more powerful stories. Your support helps us bring you more real-life stories that can change the way we see the world.